France 24's correspondent, Sofia Barbarini, is in Baghdad, and she joins us now on the line. And this is a huge deal for Iraq's Christians, isn't it? Already, we've seen a large number of people have turned out to greet the pontiff. Talk us through what happens now and how this is really historic.
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, it's undoubtedly a historic visit, and there's a palpable sense of excitement in Baghdad and in the rest of the country. Like you mentioned, there have been crowds that are already gathering and have been gathering over the past few hours of followers outside the airport, wearing, waving Vatican flags, waving banners with a photo of the Pope. And so what will happen next, we're seeing the images once the Pope has descended from the Alitalia flight. He will then go on to meet with officials, including Prime Minister Mustafa Al-Kadhimi and President Barham Saleh. Those will be his official meetings. He will then go on to meet with members of the Christian community this afternoon in one of the churches in Baghdad. But there's undoubtedly a sense of excitement, and not just in the Christian community, all across Iraq.
And then we can see, just to remind people what we're looking at, blue skies, red carpet for Pope Francis, who is set to come out of that Alitalia airplane any moment now and set foot on Iraqi soil. This is the first time a pope has made it to Iraq, and he's come to really give comfort and solace to the Christian community here, which has suffered an awful lot over the past 2 decades. And Sophia, the Pope has a message for the Christian community here as well, doesn't he? He's really come to urge them not to flee the numerous dangers that they face and the persecution they face here, but to stay and to help rebuild this country and their homeland.
Yes, that's correct. Like you mentioned, the Christian community in Iraq has dwindled considerably over the past 2 decades. From approximately 1.5 million in 2003, it's gone down to something between 250 and 400,000. Those are the estimates. And the Pope, he is calling for Christians to remain, and he has done so for years now. In 2014, when ISIS took over the Nineveh Plains and both Christian and Yazidi towns, the Pope stepped up, and his main message to the Christians was, please do not leave Iraq and stay. And so he is reiterating this message, and he hopes that by being in Iraq and by bringing some solace and some hope, the community will find the strength to stay in a country where there has been religious persecution and quite frankly is going through a very tough moment, not just in terms of security, but also financially. Unemployment is sky high, and a lot of young Christians are looking to leave and join their fellow Christians in the diaspora.
And this is about outreach as well, isn't it? The Pope will not just be holding Mass and meeting with Christians at various points around the country. He also wants to talk to Iraq's Muslims. He's meeting with one of the country's top Shiite clerics later this week as well. That is highly significant, isn't it?
Yes, incredibly. He is heading down to the southern city of Najaf tomorrow, where he will meet with the top Shiite cleric in Iraq, Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani. And it's an unprecedented meeting for the Pope. And again, there is hope that this meeting will bring about a sense of greater solidarity and towards the Christian community, but also interreligious coexistence between Iraqis. That's what the Christian community, the members of the Christian community I have spoken to over the past few days have said to me that's their hope for this meeting between the Pope and Sistani.
And we can see now various leaders of the Christian communities in Iraq all coming together, walking up that red carpet as the door opens and the Pope makes his way out. There are some security detail there. Obviously, this is a highly complicated operation when it comes to security. But there we can just see a peek, I think, of the white robes there as the Pope prepares to descend the the steps of the airplane there, and he's being greeted by a small delegation of Christian leaders. There he is, Pope Francis, got his mask on. Out he comes, making history this Friday as the first pope ever to set foot in Iraq. And he'll be meeting with one of the world's oldest and most persecuted communities here in what is, of course, an overwhelmingly Muslim majority country.